I think this bloke is a metaphor for many Australians. They want to help in the coalface. That's what the professor from Canberra said, Chapman. So they want to help here and now, today. Now, George rang me this morning on my radio program. My Brisbane viewers might know him as a member of the famed Deen demolition family. But George is also a member of Brisbane's Muslim community, and the work they've been doing in helping people who are doing it tough on the land has been amazing. The Muslim community, through Muslim Aid Australia and the Muslim Charitable Foundation, have raised enough money to send, listen to this, 10 semi-trailer loads of drinking water and 10 semi-trailer loads of hay to Stanthorpe, which is virtually out of water. Now, the Deen family are providing the 20 trucks and the trailers to deliver it all this Saturday. They've already taken 10 truckloads of water to Stanthorpe, and George got hold of a semi-tanker, and they've been taking 24,000 litres per load every couple of days, generally 3 to 4 loads a week. And George and his team will be driving there on Saturday. Stanthorpe, in the Granite Belt, about 220 kilometres from Brisbane.
That's an orchard area.
Yeah, grapes and fruit and all that sort of stuff, yeah. I mean, Stanthorpe's suffering through the worst drought in living memory. So I thought, George, we've got to let Australia see you and hear from you, because George Deen is one of many, many Australians that want to help, and they're saying, who can coordinate this? Where is the leadership in Canberra to do what George is doing? George, thank you for joining us.
G'day, mate. How are we going?
G'day, mate. How are you going? Well, you're doing brilliantly. I know I've told that story, but you tell it in your language exactly what you see and what you're doing.
Yeah, well, we went out with water to Stanthorpe about 4 weeks ago, and that first time we went out, we took 10 semi-trailer loads, and the Muslim Aid and Muslim Charitable Foundation, they raised the money. That 10 loads cost us 100 grand, and our family, we trucked it out there, and we distributed it out there to the farmers and that really needed it. While I was out there, I could see that this was going to be a pretty drastic situation for the farmers, because you see the poor farmers coming and getting the water, and they were embarrassed, to tell you the truth, but they really, really needed it. So when I got back, I looked around for a tanker, and I couldn't afford to buy one, but anyway, I looked around and see if I could hire one. So I got onto this fellow, and he was very gracious when I told him what I was going to do. He said, well, look, you can have it for 3 months and just do what you got to do. So I got the tanker, and it wasn't registered, so I got onto our Rotary Club, the Rotary Club of Archerfield, and they paid for the registration, and the tanker was up and running. So at that time, the tanker was just straight from work, so I was only carting stock water. So I was carting 24,000 litres every trip. Anyway, after about a week or so, the mood was that we really need to get drinking water as well. So I put the tank in to get cleaned, and Old School Tank Cleaning Company, they did a marvellous job, and they cleaned the tank out. The job was worth $5,000 or $6,000. So now I cart potable water, and now it's drinking water and everything, so they can use it for the house, for the farm, and for the stock. So I do about every couple of days I do a load out, and I've been doing it out of my own pocket, but then since I've been doing it, I've been putting the word around, and quite a few people have been helping to sponsor a load here and there, because to go out and back for fuel and to buy the water, it's about $600 a load. So we've got quite a few people have come forward and pay $600, and that's helped to take a little bit of the burden off of me personally. But I've still been doing the loads every few days, and if the money comes in, it comes in. If not, I still keep on doing the loads.
You are a remarkable
all the money
man.
that's been paid.
I just want to say that you are remarkable.
Go on, George.
I make sure all the money goes through the Rotary Club, so that no one can say I'm nicking the money. So all that, and then I give them an invoice and they pay me back. Sure. So I mean, it's going on, and now that we're doing this, the big lift on the weekend, there's 20 truckloads going out.
Fantastic.
On this Saturday.
Fantastic.
I've still got somebody organised to take my tanker out, BWC contracting.
You got the lot.
They've agreed to take my tanker out.